Today, I have for you a budget, dual motor, dual battery, e-moped setup that will blow your mind. This is how the bike looks inside. Standard packaging, FedEx delivery, just a little nick here. Little drop right there and here. So again, FedEx, as always, drops the boxes. But let's see how the bike looks inside. I have dual batteries here and both big size batteries. Look at this suspension shock in the back. Massive. I like this hydraulic brakes. If you look closely here, this is super clean. Look how nicely they wrap all the wires inside. This is from packaging and goes all the way the controller underneath here, tucked in so nicely. Check this out. First time I see a beefy, big, this is a 4.5 amp charger. It should be 5 or 7, but what's cool here, look at the splitter. So you can charge both batteries in the same time. And the seat, it's actually soft and looks comfortable. These guys are pretty serious. Check this out. I haven't seen this before in any other e-bike. So this brace goes all the way to the cranks here to hold the front fork straight and not bend it. And this pipe here goes all the way inside to keep it straight. I like the safety brackets. So it bolts into the fork and then goes over the axle. Really, really well done on both sides. And what is cool here, these brakes out of the box, hear this out. I don't have to set them up. This is perfect. I have a feeling this is going to be an amazing bike. Just as a reference, look at this space in between the brake pads. There's almost no space at all there. This camera is not focusing, come on. So it's very tight there. And usually when I get these bikes, it takes me like 5 to 10 minutes just to adjust and set it up. This one, out of the box, perfectly set up. So I have good feelings. This is going to be a great bike. They have brackets for safety. They have that metal part here to keep the front fork straight and not moving. So this is really well thought through, and so far everything works as it should. Here's the Meelod DK300 Max fully assembled, and this bike is impressive. The website pictures just look horrible compared to what you get in the box. This bike is beautiful, classic open frame, all wires hidden properly, very good components for this price level, and this rear rack makes this bike look so much better. The black paint looks good, dual suspension, the bike is just amazingly balanced, the space inside the frame, the parts placement on the frame, the dual battery assembly with weight distribution. We have 40 amp hour in combined batteries, dual 750 watt hub motors, front and back, peaking 2400 watts. This is the best affordable option I know today. The bike looks so freaking good. Alright, let's get the speedometer. I don't have the mount to put the phone here, so I'll just keep it in my pocket, but we'll check after to see if the speed is accurate and if it works. Let's crank it up. Let's go on the maximum speed level, and we have dual motor, front, rear only, and again dual. So that's it. Let's see what it does. Oh shit! It has a really good kick. Wow. 27, 29, 30. Brakes are good. Yeah, got to 30 pretty easy and pretty fast. I'm accelerating into a hill and I'm able to reach 35 miles an hour and slowing down, climbing, and here on super flat, a bit windy, but I'm reaching 37 miles an hour and heading into another small hill, staying at 36 miles an hour, and I'm 235 pounds and this bike holds above advertised speed. Man, this bike is freaking insane. 36 on the flats with wind, with very strong wind. Let's see here. 37 miles an hour. This is insane. Advertised 35 only, and I'm 235, 240 pounds. A very quick walk around the bike so you guys can see all the components in detail, close up. Grips, perfect grips. Console, the same as Anyoki. Good screen. And when you power it on, it comes with a pin number, so you have to, and I didn't know, so I tried 0, 0 and it actually worked. Color screen, look how nice you can see it, and today is super sunny. Zoom brakes, rebranded the Meelod. Nice cable management, so it's not covered all the way through, but at this price point I can't even complain. You can do that later. It costs like 15-20 bucks on Amazon. Standard shifter, thumb throttle, guys, like basic stuff, but so nicely organized. Everything here under your finger. A shifter, you're not gonna need that, you're not gonna use that. Standard, you know, trigger throttle. So look at this in the front, big light, very powerful light. We'll test at nighttime. You have standard suspension, amazing CST wheels, and when I was driving here, squeaky, very grippy, brand new rubber. It feels so freaking nice. Look at the cable management, so nicely organized, and this is a budget entry level, I would say, by the price you know, bike. We don't have here adjustability on this shock, but massive shock. You can play with the wrench here to adjust. A lot of travel here. I like how they put the controller on the bottom here, so nicely tucked in. This seat, I rode a little bit. I'll see after I do the wrench test. It's going to be a long wrench test with dual battery. This is 40 amp hour capacity, 48 volts. So I will see after. I assume will get me at least 60, maybe more miles, depending how fast I'm gonna test it. But looks to be a very nice seat. I got the rear rack. This rear rack looks really cool. I like how it changes the look of the bike. Look at this. It just looks very close to Super 73. Aluminum fenders, everything isolated, no vibration, no noise, front and back. The brakes out of the box sit up perfectly. I didn't have to touch them. So good kickstand, you know, standard pedals and cranks and chain. But here what's important for me is the dual battery, dual motors, 750 watts, 1200 watts peak power delivery, and you can upgrade here to 1000 watts or even more. After you get the bike, you lose a little bit of range, but these two batteries can support that. All around, the bike is just beautiful. Very nice execution. Everything is just this paint, this like black gunmetal, kind of like a little shiny, a little bit of glossy. It just looks perfect. It doesn't feel cheap. And this bike just, for this price, for 1600 bucks, and they have now 100 bucks coupon on the sale for the Black Friday. Maybe you'll get more. This bike looks stunning, guys. It's very well balanced, and actually I was thinking, I was trying to order a third battery and mount it here. They don't have any in stock, but you can do that, put a third battery. The controller is right here. You just like connect it in parallel and you can have the longest range. It just looks super clean. I like this integration here and the light in the back. You have turning signals. Let me guys show you. And this is the turning signals from that you see on your motion arrest and other scooters. Look in the front. You even get that. And look in the back. And it's super bright. And for this price level, a lot of more expensive bikes don't even have this. First impressions, I'm blown away by how well this bike is put together. I was expecting it's gonna be cheap, it's gonna like, you know, make noise, vibrate, like things will get loose. The brakes out of the box perfectly set up. This paint, and it's shiny, and it's like a little bit of gloss, and it just looks so cool. And the cable management, also here, the connections to the, you know, the safety adapters here and how it goes. It just looks, for this money, guys, it just looks and feels extremely good, guys. Lights are really great on this bike. So check this out. So you have these options here. This is really far and really bright. I don't think camera picks up, but it actually shows very narrow patch, but it's actually wide. If you look lower and closer, it actually lights up pretty well. And another thing is, here you can also raise it a little bit. So if you raise the front light, it's actually enough. This is like overkill. Look at this. This is how it should be on all moped style e-bikes. And the back light, super bright. And let's check the brakes. Brakes even brighter. And also you have turning signals. So really good lights all around, back and front. So for this price level, these lights are amazing. We have here Super 73 S2 model, and I think we need to go over the specs, look closely at both bikes, and go over the price. Many subscribers asked me for a low-budget performance moped style e-bike option. That at the time when I was asked these questions, there's no such a thing that's cheap, high performance until now, until today. This S2 is $2,800 with taxes shipped to the door, comes to $3,200. And this DK300, it's only $1,500 with discount code to your door. This is incredible. Without the rear rack, it looks a bit silly and weird. This rounded part of the frame especially shows the wheels more extended, and this extension gives you more comfort and stability. From axle to axle is slightly longer than S2. With this rear rack, it fills the gap and looks so much better. Also allows you to store stuff. Having all this open space in the frame allows you to install a bigger battery and do other DIY modifications. I love Super 73. Their designs are really cool. Cool colors, cool shapes, and you can see here from the start, this frame is a little thinner, this tubes are a little thicker. So if they went with a thicker tube, this will be exactly almost the same. It's just design, bending, shaping, it's slightly different, but that you can work around that. Overall, nothing wrong with the size. It's really strong, it's just different, right? Seat, rear rack, you can also put rear rack here. But let's focus on the performance and components. So here on this model, we'll see how they perform, but it's massive. It's a big hub. This is much smaller, and this is 750, so probably a more modern iteration of the hub from Befang. We have two motors, front and back, and here only one.
Yeah.
One battery, I think it's 20 amps, right?
Correct.
20 amps, 48 volts. So here we have two batteries, the same 48 volts, 20 amps, so twice the capacity. So this bike now on sale is $1,500. That bike, it's you spent.
It was 32. 32
taxes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Holy moly! Like at that time, it was like a good deal. Now, it's not so good, right?
Yeah, I bought it during COVID, so.
Well, that's a good time. I think that was, I bet you have a lot of fun on this bike. And it's been 4 years, right?
Yeah.
4 years, and it still runs and everything, right?
Yep. Runs fine.
It's a perfect bike. It's just, I feel like now we have slightly better options. Now let's look, guys, at the console and everything. So you have petrol brakes. We have, you guys know the console, those grips, mirrors, very clean, very good quality, Super 73. We have the same fork. This model as the Meelod. Look at this. This is the fork you get. And we have here different handlebar. This is my Ebike design. I mounted there for the GPS. And you have a better screen, the same, if not better grips.
Yeah.
The console, we have turning signals. So here you have turning signals. This model doesn't have it.
No.
And you have also in the back brake lights. So yeah, I mean, from the start, you have a screen, better screen than Super 73. You have the same brakes, the same suspension. You have dual suspension in the back. The S2 doesn't have it. You have similar tires. These are slightly higher quality, the Super 73s versus this. But I think the difference is not that big. The motor, the same power, the same capacity, that's slightly bigger and heavier. 4-inch, I think. And this is 4.5, almost 5, much thicker. And the tread is deeper. The rim here, you see it's a full size. And here has this opening, the halo thing, the tube that the protection goes through. So slightly different design.
And yours has more gears as well, right?
Yeah, another thing which is we missed. Yeah, so this has with 7-speed SAS, shifter and cassette. Here you only have the tensioner, 1 speed. So pretty much you ghost pedaling, right?
Yep.
I also ghost pedal because so much power, and I see the cranks are longer over there, shorter.
Yeah.
And because I'm 6'3", I can pedal.
Yeah.
Up to 25 miles an hour I can pedal. Anything over is just like ghost pedaling, and it's like up on my face, the knees. It's like you can't really like pedal.
Oh, it is plastic, yeah.
It's plastic fender.
Yeah.
Front and back.
Yeah, front and back.
We have aluminum fenders.
Yeah.
So that's better because it doesn't vibrate and it weighs less. When I started riding 2 days ago, it was no vibration because it's tight. Now it comes loose. I have to tighten back. So a bit of noise from there. But what they don't do here is they don't put rubber washers.
Yeah.
That's what makes the noise. You put those rubber plates in between. It takes all that vibration out. So this shock, you can actually pump air here, and there's a valve so you can adjust the spring and the contraction. So that's really good. First look, first impression.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I thought that was an RX at first. But now you going through all the specs with that bike, now it makes me feel bad for purchasing this bike, so.
Well, it shouldn't make you feel, because when you bought it, this option was not available.
Yeah, of course.
So, and for time, the next 1 year, 2 year will be even better models that will make this obsolete, right?
Yeah.
But today, like end of the year, 2024 into next year, this is a very good option.
Yeah.
Very viable, very efficient, and we'll see performance after. But at a time, you didn't have it, so you got what you got. And what do you think design-wise?
Design-wise, I mean, they're like you said, they're practically the same. So, really not much difference. Yeah, I mean, not much difference at all, except for the tubing. That's about it. So.
And the rear suspension, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean.
So $2,800, 32 with taxes, right? This is 15, free shipping. So here you get turning signals, a second battery, a second motor, and dual suspension, right?
Yeah.
That's 4 main things that you get extra. And I feel like you get it.
And your headlight is bigger than mine too.
Bigger, yeah. And the headlight is more powerful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 main things, and the price factor. And I'm looking at the suspension, it's the same exact suspension.
Yeah.
They're both the same. And here, if you look closely, I mean, the welding's a little rougher here. Here is actually nice. And here, the welding
it's smoother.
It's smoother in Super Sen 3. So, you know, a little higher standard, but that's like, I don't know if that's really justifies the higher price tag. Quality-wise, it's just visual. Strength-wise, it's the same. And different color, which you can also paint this if you want to.
Yeah.
That color looks more appealing a little bit. Yeah, so design-wise, Super Sen 3, it's ahead. Yeah, they have really, like, they both classic look, but I think Super Sen 3 like has a little bit of edge, color, design, and shape. But besides that, I think the rest, it's just, yeah, this is obviously a better option. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think, but let's take them for a spin and see what these bikes do and how they perform. Yeah, try to get the max speed so we can I
felt the difference on that.
a fair comparison, you know. Yeah, no pedaling, just follow. All right, so a 3, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Well, it's 2 motors.
Yeah.
It's expected, but this is what, 200 meters. It's not a big difference.
No.
And the thing is, I feel like in a dual, it kind of cogs a little bit when it starts.
Yeah.
When you go in a single mode, it's super smooth.
Yeah, I noticed that on the line, I thought I got it, but then, you know, well, once your motor started to pick up.
Yeah, and this is, I think it's also limited to not burn too much energy, because with 2 batteries, 2 motors, if you release it, I mean, if I go on a highway, I hit 37 miles an hour. What's your top speed? 28?
28, 30. Just
now
I got 30.
You know what? Jump on and do a circle. I want to see what you think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels. Oh. Yeah.
All right, go crazy.
About this, I like how there's a bump right here on the grips.
So you can rest your palm.
Yeah, I like that.
I hit 30. This speedometer was saying 30.
Yeah, you can hit 30. But like I said, I don't know. You can feel like when you throttle it, that it doesn't kick like yours does.
It's 2 motors, that's why.
Yeah.
It has more power.
Yeah. Listen, it feels good though, and it feels like it's beefier too.
It's heavier, yeah, it's much heavier. The second motor in the battery adds at least like 40 pounds. 30,
Yeah.
No, 25, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
This is much lighter.
Yeah.
You can run with this one, yeah.
Wow, this is nice though. This is really nice.
Yeah, it spins. And I'm 235, so you're lighter, so you'll
Yeah.
probably get better torque and more speed. You know what? Let's go now. One more. You're gonna, yeah, try it and see the difference because it's 30 pounds plus difference. It's probably gonna take off faster.
Oh, you're really.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Range-wise, this bike will give you plenty. And it depends how you ride and how heavy you are. In dual mode, I got a little over 33 miles in range, and that's like open throttle going almost to the max. In a single mode, I'll get close to 60 miles in range if you're over 230 pounds. And if you're lighter, you can get way more range in both modes, single or dual. Overall, for the money you pay, this bike performs outstanding. This is so far my most favorite budget dual e-bike option. And I really like the design here and how this bike looks and feels. As always, the link will be down below. Ride safe, and I'll see you next time.